I mean, now obviously we know with George Pickens, he has elite body control. I think that's something that we could all agree on in
Yeah,
terms
he's a
of
little
just
bit more springy than Evans and Godwin
yeah,
at this stage.
yeah. In fact, tell me how you feel about this. Brian McFadden, when we had him on the radio show the other day, he had
B-Mac.
compared his game to like a Chad Johnson in terms of the body control element of it. How when you would watch Ocho, if he had to go up, could change his body type when he needed to go catch something and lead them feet back, and how he was elongated because he's not the same type of athlete in terms of GP. He doesn't play it like how AB does in terms of how AB would have the body control stuff. But he was talking about just like the long frame of like a Chad Johnson and how, you know, when he has to lean out and control that body stop and stuff like that, he's like, he felt some similarities there. To me, I'm like, I mean, that's fine.
That's not bad. I
ain't
actually
hating,
feel
man.
like
Yeah.
Pickens is more springy, though, more
I would
explosive
agree.
than a
Yeah.
Chad Johnson.
I feel like Chad had faster feet in and out of his breaks. Chad's one of the best
Right, better route runner.
best route runners I've ever seen. But I would agree. I feel like GP can go up, like
Can make crazier
yeah,
plays.
Yeah,
The comparison I was liking, and I feel the same way about this one too. I would say GP is a little bit more springy, a little bit more explosive than this guy was DeAndre Hopkins, and that was brought up by
that was another guy. Yeah,
Pat P brought that
Yep.
one up in that article where Pickens said he was the best in the world. I was like, I definitely agree with that. Hopkins can make
Yeah.
some crazy catches, good body control, really good hands, but I feel like Pickens has a little bit more like athleticism, a little bit more juice to him. But
Yeah.
is he the route runner that Hopkins is? Well, I mean, we'll find out.
Well,
He's
'cause
got to
that's the
develop his
thing.
game.
Yeah, that's the thing we're trying to see. And some of the clips that have been circulating with George, yes, they're spectacular catches, but in terms of some of the way he's generated separation, yeah, it's a higher probability of drawing a flag. Whether it was the play with him and Young Joey, or if it was the play with him and Pat P, it's like you're loving it. It's exciting, but at the same time, as just a player who's played this thing, you look at it and you're just like, man, you're gonna have to improve that part. You're gonna have to get a little bit more fine tuned there. Otherwise, you're going to be highly penalized, and that's not what you want to be at that position. But to me, man, like I'm just thinking to myself, like if you fall anywhere between a D Hop and a Ocho Cinco, bro,
You got to think
great situation.
D Hop.
man.
Yeah, D Hop legitimately
about it.
was considered
Yes,
one of the best
yes.
between him and AB.
Him,
One-
AB, and Julio, those
yeah,
are the
best
three we talked
receivers.
about.
Yeah. It was like
facts,
a
bro.
2 or 3 year stretch.
Facts, absolutely, man. And
It was
he
just like your flavor. Which one you prefer?
Who did you like, man? Who did you like? And the one thing I would say is we saw how D Hop evolved into creating separation with some of his route running skills. That's the next thing that I want to see from Pickens. I love Pickens' body control. I love Pickens' ability to make combat catches, but I want to see him be able to generate more separation. And that's still the one thing that I have not consistently seen enough just yet. But when you're able to consistently make the type of catches he's making, you take that trade-off for right now. And that's the one thing. It's like, all right, we still keep giving us that, but eventually we want this to go to the next level because it just becomes easier on the quarterback.
Right.
It's less risky on the quarterback. You don't want every single time you go to this receiver, it has to be a highlight reel. I got to go up and do something crazy to come down with it because you just feel like, man, what are the probability of me having success with that? If I throw it out there 10 times, you only get it 5, but the other 5 are picks. I can't have that.
There is some stat out there though, like Pickett's rating is absurd going to Pickens.
right
like
now,
every
I'm
time
with
he's
you.
thrown to
Yeah.
Pickens, it's been something
It's crazy.
good.
It's crazy. I'm with you. I'm definitely
And
with you,
like,
man.
I was listening to Pickens' press conference today. I mean, he's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
But he is just like,
Go for it.
yeah, I'm open even when I'm not open.
Yeah.
And he said something like, I think they're starting to finally realize that. I was going to say it more and more last year, but I was still young. But yeah, just keep throwing it to me.
Yeah.
And there is the stat. I'm telling you,
It's true,
Pickett's
bro.
rating is like almost a
Yeah.
perfect passer rating when throwing to Pickens.
No, without a doubt. Like it's funny, but it's true at the same time. My thing is just like I said, you just wanted to evolve. That's all. You wanted to evolve. I do love Pickens' confidence though. And like I said, he continues to show it every day, man. He backs it up to his best of ability. But that is this league though. You have to continue to evolve. You have to continue to improve your game. And that's the only thing, like I said, when we watch him, we're like, yo, we know you could do the combat catch thing, but we need you to be able to do this as well. Because that is going to make his job in terms of this Kenny Pickett quarterback action a lot easier, man. It's a small,
Agreed, yeah.
and my thing is it's a small sample size. we know Kenny didn't play the full season with GP. GP got 17 under his belt, you know? So with that, I'm just like, man, that's just a dangerous game if all we do is just chuck it in their 50-50 balls. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, not only that, we got 2 or 3 other receivers that we got confidence in.
Absolutely.
Deontay getting open. A-Rob obviously is building rapport. And then Calvin Austin's been showing a lot of flashes in training camp.
He definitely has, bro.